By reading the title of this video, you kind of already know what I'm talking about. And yes, it's true. No clickbait, no anything. Outcome Memories is permanently and forever cancelled. You can tell this is serious because I'm not using my YouTube voice. But what we found out just at 2:44 p.m. today, or around 30 minutes ago, is that Sobi has decided to cut the plug on Outcome Memories. In today's video, we're going to be going through everything that led up to this, what we know as of right now, and what this actually means. And is this really the end? Spoilers, it is. But anyways, before we begin, I want to say make sure and like and subscribe so you can get more content like this. But honestly, let's start off with the descent. Originally, this video was supposed to be posted yesterday for a fact that I was going to be talking about how, if you don't know, Romeo was actually kicked out of the game. But then I decided to wait one more day to see what happened, and yeah, we probably should have waited. As you all know, yesterday or the day before now, I'm pretty sure, one of those two, Romeo was actually removed from Outcome Memories. As you know, about 2 weeks prior, Outcome Memories was shelved. And what shelved means is that the game is not being worked on as of now, but the game is still playable for everyone who wants to play it and will continue development at some other point. This happens many times because of how creators are doing, or say if the team fell apart a bit or if there's stuff going on in real life, but normally they resolve. And with that, many people were beginning to lose hope inside of Outcome Memories of if it will actually ever return to what it was or if it'll continue. Of course, this didn't help with the fact that 5 out of the 19 EXEs were completely removed, being some of the more popular and more potent EXEs. If you want to know more about this situation, I recommend you go watch my last video, but this is more on the now. Around yesterday, Romeo actually got a message in the morning that he was removed from the Outcome Memories team and he was no longer in. This sent many people shocked for a fact that he was the main reason why Outcome Memories was super popular, and he was actually building up a lot of hopium for a fact that he kept posting videos in the past few days and honestly hyping up the community. And as you know, the new owner of Outcome Memories, whatever their username is, decided to show up and he got assassinated. He got deleted, eviscerated, annihilated, depleted. You can use any amount of those verbs. Basically with that, it was supposed to be a reset for the game where they decided to bring in their own guy or someone else to be the new community manager, and this is really where the tipping point happened for Outcome Memories. This really annoyed me for a fact that, I swear, every time I take a break from the game, everything falls apart. 2 weeks ago I took a week break, Outcome Memories is shelved. Decided to do it again, the game is gone. It's not my fault, okay? Do not blame me for this. Because originally when this first happened, the reason the game was shelved was because they actually wanted to revitalize Outcome Memories. What this means is they wanted to stop for a bit, but then completely remake the entire game, doing a new recode, I believe remodeling, and so much more for it. But when we finally pulled the plug on Romeo, which I believe works on Byte by Night now, which we might be checking out when it comes out, it honestly changed a lot of perspective for many people. One thing was, almost nobody knew of this change. If you look through many different people who were inside the dev team, tester team, they all didn't know that he was removed. Just randomly, he was. And this caused a lot of upset in the community, because like I said, he was the only person bringing everyone together when we all thought that Outcome Memories was done for. But then when he was removed yesterday, that caused many imbalances inside of the team and caused many issues in real life. Now normally I don't want to talk about this, but for a fact that around last night at 3:40 a.m. for Sobi, which is the owner, what happened was someone actually doxed them. So they came to their house and started throwing snowballs and stuff. Although this doesn't sound like too much of a deal, the fact that people online are trying to find people who are just making a game is absolutely insane to me. And around 30 minutes ago, Sobi decided to cut the plug on Outcome Memories permanently. If you look right here, he says that the fact that Outcome Memories is completely cancelled as of today, and development will not be continuing. This means that we will not be getting version 0.2 Part B, so Fleetway will never exist anymore. Everything was removed, including Furnace, because if you didn't know, when Romeo was removed, Furnace and Star were removed, which is probably one of the more popular EXEs. This means that no more balance changes, bug fixes, nothing. The game is done. And I'm not sure if it says it here, but there's a high chance that when it says the game is officially cancelled, that it might actually be removed from Roblox. Now, I don't actually know about this for a fact that they haven't stated anything, but when a game gets cancelled, it either gets forgotten in time or gets deleted entirely. I mean, listen, the disaster wasn't cancelled, but that thing got deleted within a day without anyone noticing. Who knows what can happen to the remainder of this game? And basically they decided to cancel, like I said, because of the doxing, but also for a fact that almost everyone is pinning the blame on them, which, I mean, I kind of have to agree a bit. I mean, for a fact that you just remove the only person carrying you throughout the entire time within a thing, being manipulated and stuff, all that stuff isn't a good look. Especially for the fact that this game has 3 controversies now, they kind of just pulled the plug and just said, it's over, we're done. And of course, like I said, we're not painting anyone as a bad picture since we don't know what happened behind the scenes. I say this once and I'll say this a cajillion times more. We don't actually know what happened. There's many different people who refuse to speak, people who are trying to spread misinformation. For example, a group of people are trying to say that the game was sold, but that's completely false. But if you look right here, there's 3 points that Sobi wrote of what's going to happen to the game. So in point 1 it says, what's going to happen is that the game will be closing or archiving. I'm really sorry for a promising Fleetway and everything is broken. And basically what that's saying is the game could be archived, which archive means it won't be able to be updated, like the development can't be done anymore, but it'll still exist. And closing is, well, closing. Second part is what's going to happen between the team. He's decided to step back while everyone's working on to new projects. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are moving on to stuff such as Byte by Night, stuff as Memory Lane, Executable Directions, I think it is. And honestly, everyone's moving away from this. So it's kind of like an implosion to an explosion. It all bottled in, and everyone's everywhere now. And the third point is, will this game ever return? And this is the biggest fact. No, you can attempt to make a revival of the game yourself if you want, but this will not be coming out ever again. And they recommend many games similar to OM, such as Memory Lane or Executional Destruction. Destruction? Disruption. Disruption? Disruption. Okay, I know this is important, but man, I gotta work on my speech. And of course, this is a sad time for many people inside the community, such as many creators and stuff, since many people posted yesterday speaking about the situation as a fact that we can probably move on from this, and many people considering these decisions to the Forsaken devs, which, believe me, if you know about that's pretty bad. But now, the game has been officially closed, and although it was such an amazing project, almost 300,000 people were hyped for this. It got deleted within 2 days, I believe, technically. I say 2 days for a fact that Romeo falling down and then the entire thing coming crashing down with it. It's kind of like the person on the ship. The captain goes with the ship, more like the ship followed the captain. Better, the captain jumped off the ship to save his crew and the crew followed, is practically what happened. Better analogy. And as for the server itself, the Outcome Memory server, they're not sure if they're going to archive it, just straight up delete it randomly, and honestly, we don't know. And for a fact that this is one of the bigger Discord servers, I mean, the biggest out of all sonic.exe things, is absolutely shocking. But as they stated, a game is not worth destroying someone's mental health. And for a fact that someone such as Romeo was removed just after taking a mental health break really explains the situation a lot. Everything was on edge for all the creators, everyone was basically turning on each other, misinformation was spread everywhere, such as the Lord X getting removed, which he wasn't, well, technically now, and stuff such as the game being sold. And now this is honestly really depressing for a fact that many people doesn't know what happened still, and it just popped out of nowhere. There was no build up, there was no hype, there was no outside force. This was the entire dev team practically crushing in on itself. Kind of like a compactor. And of course, when I was talking about the controversies, it was such as a Raven situation, which I never got into, because many of issues with these is the fact that a lot of it's on Twitter and other social medias, which I'm not on. So when you only have Discord to figure out stuff and other YouTubers, believe me, information is scarce. But from what I can see here is Outcome Memories is done. It's never coming back. If the game gets revived by like a re-edition, for example, Outcome Memories or Outcome Memories, The Nightmare Continues, those games could come out, might not be as big and janky, but they can still be created. I mean, heck, that's what my next video is going to be on, was the most bootleg version of Outcome Memories. But, you know, that might actually be the best version of Outcome Memories once it gets taken down. But I want to thank you all for watching throughout all of Outcome Memories. Even though it's only been 6 months, I believe, since the game came out, this has changed many people. Many YouTubers such as myself actually grew because of this game. Like beforehand, I was at 2,000 subscribers, now I'm at 22,000, which is absolutely insane. I want to say that do not harass the dev team for a fact that many people didn't have any issues with these. I mean, like I said, many people don't even know what's happening. But before this, I want to say thank you all for watching the video. If you think Outcome Memories will come back, tell me down below. But from the facts, it does not seem very likely at all. Of course, if there's any new games you want me to play next, such as Violent District, any other horror games, make sure to comment down below, since honestly, those would be pretty fun. If you want to see more lore videos, I'm down to do that, but it'll be a little interesting because we can't really use the outcome memory pitch anymore. But with that, I want to thank you for the journey, and if I don't catch you next video, then I won't catch you in game. I'll catch you in another Roblox game. Later!